welcome Professor David Chou here. He is a professor of finance from College of Management of National Taiwan Normal University. He has done extensive work in corporate finance, financial reporting, corporate governance, and corporate social responsibility. He has been in Pakistan for the last few days and visiting LUMS also in the last few days. We have learned a lot from his insights, especially in his area, and he has given us very interesting and valuable advice over the last few days that he's been here, and also he's been very cooperative and, if I may say, humorous over the last few days. He has talked to professors here, he's talked to administrators here, he has attended a few classes as well. So we would like to welcome him and ask him about his impressions, the first impressions of Pakistan and LUMS.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Omer, for your all the very kind and warm arrangement for me to be here. And I think the first impression of being in Pakistan and LUMS is that when I arrived in the airport, my first impressions, the people are very kind and very warm, because when they see us, faces like Chinese and a foreigner, and they just come approach us and taking a photo with us. So I feel very warm. Okay, that is my first impression about the Pakistan. And the first impression about the LUMS is that after I speaking with several faculties and as well as students, I realized that LUMS is a great university. Because what? Because in the very first beginning, I think the founder is a great person with great vision. Okay, even though given the status of economic development of Pakistan, every country will go through from developing to develop this kind of process. Even though nowadays the Pakistan may be in the developing status, but this founder still have a dream to do something for his country. And in addition to that, he support and give lots of funds to LUMS to do the things to make this university or college to be great. I think that is very lucky for students and faculty and all the members in LUMS.
Thank you very much for your kind words. What I would like to ask you is, how can LUMS and Suleiman Dauda's School of Business, how can we improve collaboration and cooperation, especially in terms of research with the schools and universities in Taiwan? What should be the way forward in that area?
Okay. To increase the collaboration with other universities, I think LUMS can leverage its own competitive advantage, which is English proficiency. All right, that is one hand. On the other hand is that all the students and the faculties are really excellent. Okay, as far as I know, students need to have a SAT score like a minimum of 1300 in order to get admitted to LUMS, which means that the quality of the students is really excellent. And also, what I observed and noticed that all the faculties are really devoted to their work, okay, including like teaching and the research. So I'm highly interested to get to know how the leaders or the leaders how to motivate those faculties to be that way. Okay, maybe this is something I would learn from you. Okay, so speak of collaboration. given that what we learned from the media in the very first beginning, not because, I mean, this is a country probably will not be on the list that I would like to travel to, not because of the country is not great. I think simply because we got affected by the media, all right? So honestly with you, so when we travel to here, we have a big concern about the security. Simply, we got affected by the media. I think so. Back to the topic is that I think you can increase the collaboration with others, starting by going out first. Okay, things that you have no problem to communicate with the rest of the world due to your excellency in the English proficiency. This is one of the very valuable competitive advantage. All right. So once you go out more to expose yourself to others, and people will recognize the excellence of LUMS, this school. Just like myself, I'm very impressed by all the achievements you have achieved nowadays.
Thank you very much, Professor David. We met Professor Frank in a conference and you in a conference, and both conferences were related to CPEC and Belt and Road Initiative by China.
Mm-hmm.
In that context, can you think of the ways or the ideas that universities, and especially your university and your school, can lend a helpful hand to us in some areas, maybe logistics, maybe shipping, that maybe universities and colleges over here do not have expertise in. So can you think of some areas where we can collaborate in the context of Belt and Road Initiative or China-Pakistan Economic Corridor?
Okay. Okay. Speak of Belt and Road Initiative. It's a bit difficult because in the whole project, I think from Taiwan's side, it's kind of maybe excluded a little bit. Okay, officially it's from the government's point of view, all right. But even given the challenge, and I don't think we won't have opportunity to get involved, okay, because Taiwan has undergoing many challenges. For the past decades, but we still survive quite well. Okay, given the challenges between governments like Taiwan or with other countries. Okay, but we still overcome those challenges. So I think because the businessmen and they are doing quite good. Okay, doing very well in terms of doing business with other countries. So I think we can still provide our expertise, like because Taiwan has shipping its economic status from developing gradually to developed countries. So we have a much experiences that maybe you can take as a reference. All right. So the shipping, I think Taiwan business can come up with many good quality of products, and maybe in the CPEC, this kind of project, and we can try to introduce those products or our experiences to whatever you like to know.
Right. Professor David, talking about your area of expertise, corporate finance and finance in general, and Pakistan is going through a development phase in terms of capital markets and regulation. What do you think the Pakistani regulators or government or academics need to do in order to promote a more efficient and effective capital market in Pakistan?
Okay. Speak of the development of our capital market. I think capital market play a very important role for economic development. Okay. From my observation in the last few days, I noticed that some area has a greater infrastructure, but for some areas are not. All right. And just like a capital market, and one of the purpose for the capital market is to help facilitate economic activities. And as far as I know, you have a lot of SME in Pakistan, and when they do business or when they start up their own business, they will need resources like funding. Okay, so if you have a very good capital market where they can raise the money, and I firmly believe that that will help the development of the economy in Pakistan, and as well so the infrastructure as well. All right, and if you want to have a very good economic development, and you also need a very good foundation for those infrastructure. So I will strongly suggest that you can provide some more research in this area to see how to improve the running or the operation of the capital market. If the capital market cannot provide the function it is supposed to provide, and what is the reason, okay, and what is the obstacles in front of you, and then you can after those research, and you can come up with some really nice suggestion to the government. So after you have do some good regulation for the capital market and make it more completed, and it's also good for foreigner to come and invest their money in this country. So I think that would be very helpful.
We are very grateful to Professor David for his visit, for his advice, and for his insights into the capital market development in Pakistan. And we would like to welcome him anytime in the future, and we wish that we can collaborate and cooperate, our schools can collaborate and cooperate in the future as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, it's my honor.